Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Hello, my good people. And how are we? Okay, let's see here. Who's here? My fox is here. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Lorton. Hi, KB. Hey, Jess, how you doing? Hey, Maddie. Miss Barbara, how you doing? Jimmy, what's up? How's your brother doing? And that would be Sam Elliott. That's right. Hey, hey. Okay, if you guys have been paying attention, I've been doing I've been covering, oh my God, look at this, Miss Kimberly. Holy shit. How are you? Anna. Hi. All right, you people. You know, I'm in it for this fight for these families in Missouri. Now, Missouri, let me tell you, you know, we got Fredericktown, Missouri, you know, tons of corruption out there. Okay. Then I happened to be looking one day and noticed in Butler County Jail that there is enormous amounts of deaths. Okay. And I thought, something's wrong here. and the more researching I've done, and the more researching I've done, and yeah. So this is going to be about a missing person that no one's talking about out there, that, from my understanding, that the sheriff don't give a shit about. And that would be Sheriff, who, people? Mark Dobbs. He's my new project. Yes, he is. And then you got, okay, Mark ain't from here, but Mark Wellington, I've done a video on him 3 years ago, and he's still missing, but I want to bring him up. And then you guys, if you were here last week, you seen about Edward Goodwin. The mama had to pump out a pond herself and go get the other remaining remains of her son. And let's see, Adam Bright, and what happened to him at the Butler County Jail. Now, mind you, people, all this is under the watchful eyes of Sheriff Mark Dobbs. So I'm going to be shining a light for however long it takes. There needs to be, in my opinion, everything coming out of my mouth is my opinion, okay? It's all my opinion. That's it. Do your own research. If you need help, ask me where you go, and I'll tell you where to go, because that's how I am. Also, do not go harassing anybody I talk about. And everything I put on my channel, I show proof. I show documentation. You know, okay, let's say, okay, I will go over charges. Let's say they got charges dropped, you know, stuff like that. These are little court documents I would go through. You know what I mean? Either you've been convicted or you haven't been convicted, or it's settled out of court, and there you go. Hey, hello, Teresa Bright. This is Adam Bright's mom. Yeah, that's quite a horrible story. And I've been, okay. Someone, I'm going to shine a light on somebody here a little later. You know, somebody that I was wondering who the hell that was in that video. Yeah. All right, so this is what we're going to do first. I want to talk about Amy Ross. Let me get her picture up here. Okay, hold on, guys. Oh, yes, and we're going to listen to that phone call, and we're up Sheriff Mark Dobbs, and how he talks to grieving families. Okay, this is a case that he's not taking any action on, in my opinion. Okay. So this is missing Amy Ross. Oh, sorry, guys. I want to say it was brought to my attention on a Facebook post that I miswrote about. I know Butler County is, you know, the sheriff department. Poplar Bluff, it's a town. I think maybe I said it wrong, or I made it wrong in the video. So I apologize for that. Okay, so here we go. Okay, this is missing Amy Ross. She's 30 years old. She went missing May 12, 2023. Did you hear that, people? May 12, 2023. All right. She's 4'11", 105 pounds. She's just tiny thing. Oh my God. Let's see. She's got red hair, brown eyes. Let's see. Find Amy Ross. You know what, guys? Sadly, I couldn't hardly find anything on this girl. And that makes me sad. Really sad. Can I call you and talk on the show? Yeah, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, and when I get to Adam's case, I'm going to put the link in the chat, and you can come up on panel. Is that cool? Hi, Brooke. How you doing? Thank you for that nice comment today. I really appreciate it. That was really nice. I've been treated pretty bad in the last day. Oh yes, you and me have to get together because we got some work to do. Okay, so anybody with info, call 573-785-5776. Okay? And nobody's talking about this poor girl. So let me take that down. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, I got to put this up here before I start because some of the things we're going to talk about here. Oh, I already got it up. Never mind. Do you guys know who Mark is? This guy right here. No, he isn't from, that town. But still. This is Mark Randall Fullerton. Now, I did a video on him 3 years ago, like 2 videos, and there's still no answers. Let's see. God, this is so sad. 35 years old, 145 to 155 pounds, 5'11", brown hair, blue eyes, goatee. There's a $20K reward. But I do want to bring this up too. Hold on. So I don't forget. Hold on, you guys. Here's his son. Okay, yes, this was in June of this year, but still. Please keep Mark's son in prayers. He has been struggling with losing his dad, and the bullies are out on full force. This kid sent me the sweetest message about his dad, so I'm sharing this with you. Did I mention that this kid is one heck of an artist? Just like his dad. Pray big for him. That is horrible. And we'll go to that page so we can look at that because I couldn't fit it all in here. Love you too, Miss Barbara. Arctic, who have you not covered, okay? Who have you not? For real. Okay, this is where we're going to go. No, we'll go here first. Let's look at this real quick on Mark. And I want to see if I can find out more on Amy with you guys right now on panel. Not on panel. Here tonight. So, mind you, this was June 8th, 2020.
Police are also asking for public's help in...
Oh, jeez.
Quitting is where life gets real. Really real.
in Scott County in finding this man, 35-year-old Mark Fullerton, who went missing on June 3rd. Fullerton is 5'11" and around 150 pounds.
Pretty eyes.
He also has full-length skull tattoos on both arms and recently had all his teeth pulled out. If you have any information, police want to hear from you.
Can you believe that? 25 seconds airtime. 25 seconds, mind you. 25. Hey, sis, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Can I, what? Hold on. Can you call me? You want me to call you? Oh, you're on Facebook. Okay, Teresa, so you know that, okay. I will be able to see your comments because I'm in StreamYard here because I'm running the program. However, the only way anybody knows you're talking is when I put your name up here. But if you got a YouTube account and you want to talk to people, come on your YouTube. If you have a YouTube account. Mark's case is messed up. They want us to believe he took off on foot. No way. There's no way in hell. What about his girlfriend? What about that girlfriend? Oh, you don't? Well, we'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No, I just wanted you to know in case, you're wondering why you don't see other people talking is because StreamYard is weird like that. Hey, Justice Jane, how you doing? Thank you for being here. You know what? We're just going to go to Facebook right now because we got to get more information here on Amy. Hold on a minute. Thank you. So you all have figured out by now that I have a problem with the sheriff. You got people that are terrified of this man, sadly. Hold on a minute. See, I can't find nothing on this poor girl. It'd be nice if anybody knows anything about her, can you please let me know so I can get more info out? All right, here she is here. She went missing May 12, 2023. She was last seen in the early morning hours of May 12, 2023. Amy's family reports that she had been told several different stories about where she was last seen. Anybody with info, call 573-785-5776. But look at here. Let me blow up this picture here. Look at all the different looks, though. Pretty girl. Does anybody know about that girl? Yes, I'm going to show pictures of that too. Yep. My friend also named Mark went missing. Someone has to know where he is. Well, why didn't you tell me your friend Mark is missing? You know I'd be on it. Come on now. Thanks to all that's here. Yes, thank you. Oh, okay. I'd be like, girl, you know I'd be on it. Of course you do. You share everything. Oh, creative. Let's see. Hold on. This poor girl. It just makes me sad when no one's looking for these people. So sad. Okay. So I feel, in my opinion, that there is major corruption out there, okay? Where did I put that? Okay, I want you guys to listen to this, okay? Trigger warning. Trigger warning. You guys remember I showed you this last week? So yeah, he's not the only one. Okay, sadly. What does their family say? You know what? I haven't been able to find a family member. Not yet, anyways. Unfortunately, the family, yeah. Okay. Thank you, KB. Duncan, there you are. It makes me sick too. Well, I'm going to bring someone's face to the spotlight. Now, you know what? I'm going to go to the article instead. We're going to go to the article first, and then I'm going to bring somebody's face to the spotlight tonight. Hold on, let me get the thing here. So they think, oh, that's okay. Okay, they think that doing that is okay. No, it's not. I will. You know I will. Okay, now. So this guy here, let me tell you something. This sheriff, Mark Dobbs, there's an article I was reading. He tried to say there was no video evidence. Boy, was he wrong. He tried to lie. All these cover-ups out there. Okay, Butler County Sheriff Mark Dobbs requested the Missouri State Highway Patrol Division of Drug and Crime Control to investigate the incident at the Butler County Jail. Mind you, this isn't the only one, people. People have died. Okay, the investigation when a former Butler County CO spoke out after the video was recorded of the alleged inmate abuse inside of a jail. There was no alleging it. It happened. There's nothing alleged about it. We've seen it. Okay. Now, what I find is really funny, and I mentioned it when I talked about this, why can't we know the names of the COs that did this? Why do we need to know the CO that recorded the video? Which I feel that man did the right thing. It's more than just right. It's just... So he was in what they called a dry cell. He was fully shackled, handcuffed to his waist and leg shackles. They undid all his shackles just to beat him for doing nothing, refusing to be quiet. So he got beat for refusing to be quiet. Let's see. So the news station here tried multiple times for Freedom Information Act about the Butler County Jail video allegations. Oh, Chief, I got to correct me. Chief Deputy Wesley Pop said there's no video of a incident existed. All lies. So then in an email response or follow-up, Sheriff Mark Dobbs described the incident seen in the video, calling it illegally obtained. He said Allen did nothing to assist his fellow officers dealing with a combative offender who only had one handcuff on during a very long struggle. Well, let's see the whole thing there. Let's see the whole thing. Ellen did not present any concerns about the incident or the video or any other concerns until anyone during his time of employment. Yeah, I'm sure he was afraid because you guys there are bullies. Okay. Okay, when asked why he did not intervene a text message to Carter on August 3rd, Ellen said the COs that were in the control room told me to watch a control room while we went there. I was in charge of the control in which I could have gotten fired for leaving because I literally controlled all the locks and doors. Dobbs said the incident and the conduct of this employee has been dealt with. Of these employees have been dealt with. 3 months later, the employees have been paid on, were placed on leave with pay, whatever you call it. Hold on, let me go to my comments. Hold on. Hey, Fairy, how you doing? Oh, yes, it's ugly out there. It's ugly. Well, I sent this video to the governor. That's why these things need to be passed around. Sad. I mean, I got a lot of research to do because I'm trying to contact people that have been abused at this jail. It'll come in time, guys. Let's see. Alan is facing, that's the dude that recorded it, a misdemeanor charge for bringing a prohibited item into the jail. According to Alan, he provided a letter to the inmate. And in May, emailed to Carter, Sheriff Dobbs said the video you speak of was made as an insurance policy of sorts by Alan, who feared his improper activity would soon be discovered. See, look it. He's blaming this other CO for doing the right thing with those bad COs. So I got to look at the court documents and yeah. So here I was wondering. Let me make this big here. So you know how you guys go looking really hard to see, God, who is that? Who is that person? Can I get a good look? Because, you know, they don't want to put their names out there. See this guy here? See him? You guys see who I'm pointing at? This guy here got me upset last week. I know who he is. So hopefully you people out there know this guy. There you go. There you go. That is the CO that was punching that man in the head. He was the violent one, the really violent one. So, David. I know, right? So I'm going to be doing some research on David. He ain't gonna like me either. And if you guys want to know who all works there, here you go. Here's all their names. For, public information here. Okay? I'm not saying all these people are bad. Let me put that out there again. I did not say all these people are bad. But this guy here is bad to me. He shouldn't even be working there. It's a bunch of bullshit. I can tell you that. I was going to say the same thing. Well, I agree with that opinion. We are going to now go to how Sheriff Mark Dobbs talks to families. Okay? Oh, since we're talking about the jail, let me show this here. Okay, this is Roy Jackson Bowen. Says, time to speak about the truth about Butler County Jail and Sheriff Department. And Sheriff Department. See, I used to work at the jail as a correction officer, and at the time, my time of being there, I've witnessed a lot of corrupt deputies and correctional officers beating on inmates while handcuffed to a shelf. One night, an officer beat a woman because she was, what does that say? Because she said, also was the Noah, what? I'm sorry, you guys. Also, the Noah Burke, the guy that died, was due to neglect. To neglect of the supervisor and nurse at the jail. But Butler County is covering it up. They are trying with the video and pictures that was posted a while back. You guys know about this? Right? Yeah. Right? This is how Mark Dobbs talks to grieving families. Okay. Trevor Dobbs says to Sheriff Mark Dobbs, if I was in your position, I have made a public statement about whose job it is to drain a pond once a criminal investigation has concluded and a case has already been closed. He seems to be quite unaware of these facts and sometimes needs to tell her, or someone needs to tell her, and anyone who listened to her before she's theoretic gets someone else hurt. Sheriff Mark Dobbs says, yes, what that person forgets to tell anybody, it is what we put, God, these people and how they write, forgets to tell anybody is that we put people in prison for them. Yeah, that's where your ass should be. And it is not my job to find every bone of the murdered drug dealer. He called him a drug dealer. I did my job and I did it well. So did my people. Do you guys know what this is about? This is about the Edward Goodwin case. He was the one that the mom had to drain the pond to get the rest of her son's remains. When that sheriff said he would do it, and it took 5 years, and the mom had to do it. All right. Here's another one. So I bit my tongue as a professional way too long. This situation is a direct result from what is that word? Theoretic and lies that are spread by social media by folks like Connie Goodwin. Now that is the mother of Edward Goodman. And they are liberal nut jobs and constantly make dishonest videos and post about local law enforcement. And like I said last week, I do not, everything I do, I post is either your words, like I'm showing right now, or legal court documents. And if I feel, I'll say, in my opinion, do your own research. So then he says, people with anger issues see this garbage and it sets them off. If something were to happen to my family, there would be no mercy for those who enticed this stupidity, whatever he says. And I'm not talking about the legal system. So there he's putting threats out. I wouldn't want him as my sheriff. I can tell you that much. That's when the people have to vote. You can vote him out. You know that, right? I know. Right? Right, Miss Barbara? And I got more coming of this, but this is him talking to, let's see, Edward's mom, Connie. I got more of these coming. Maybe I have them already. I'm not sure. It was text messages between them. And he kept avoiding her. Let's see. Okay, crime that has been going on, but Edward was murdered. Also, I didn't mean to make you sound cold, but he was my son, and we have waited too long. Mark, any news on the date to drain the water? Hopefully next week. 5 years later, she did it. Aren't screenshots wonderful, you guys? But yeah, years ago, man, he's bad guy. He was talking about me of the videos I sent to them. Okay, so hold on, let me get it right. So this here was towards you. Is that one towards you? Because it says Connie. You want to hear something funny? Well, it's not funny, but he he don't like anybody talking to him on social media. And I came across a thing that somebody threatened the Butler County Police Department or Sheriff Office or whatever, and they got arrested and charged. Oh, because someone called you names. Oh. You know what? And like I said last week, I am just floored at these small towns, how corrupt they are and how dirty they are. And people are afraid for their lives. People don't want to talk. And if they do talk, I'm going to be careful what I say. I got to be careful with my wording. So the criminal investigation for her murdered son. He was supposed to drain the pond. Let me show you what happened. Angel. I don't think you were here. Hold on. Let me take this down. Hold on. I got to go to my I'm grabbing something here, you guys. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Where is it? Okay, this is the saddest thing I have ever watched in my whole life. So sad. Hold on. I gotta mute.
Yeah, you guys. Oh God, there's his head. Yeah. some shit. What is it?
Turtle calling.
Huh?
Yep. Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, I'm right on top of it.
What's that?
I think that's everything.
Okay.
Get out. I'll try to go pull it around. Oh, fuck.
How sad is that? So Sheriff Mark Dobbs was supposed to drain that pond and retrieve the rest of her son's remains. This is his mother and an author. Is it an author who is... No. They're doing a documentary, right? About her experience, about her son's story. Or is it a book? Can you imagine that? Just to know that you know he's there. Okay, and it's funny you say that, because I got all excited because I seen that Nancy Grace, picked up on this story, right? But then I found a new, little clip here I'm going to be showing you that she had the corner on the show. Hold on, let me find it right now. And I was kind of disappointed. But, they're all covering each other's asses, in my opinion. Everything is my opinion that comes out of my mouth. Sorry, guys. All right, let me find it here. Okay, are you guys ready? You guys ready to hear this? This is Nancy Grace on a episode she did on this story. Hold on. And this was last October.
It's the stuff of nightmares.
All I could see was a torso and feet sticking up.
This is a human skull.
Now streaming only on Hulu. The race to find a serial killer in our national forests.
He hunts humans as prey.
Before he kills again, just listen to him.
Once you've taken someone, you either kill them or you get caught.
The chilling all-new true crime series, Wild Crime, Blood Mountain.
How many more victims are out there?
Now streaming only on Hulu.
'Tis the season of making the perfect wish list and the perfect playlist with Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra earbuds and headphones. Breakthrough immersive audio uses spatialized sound to bring your fave holiday classics to life. And
in Fortnite, available all weekend long afterwards.
I'm talking about a handsome young guy, Edward Goodwin. Take a listen to our friends at KFVS.
Goodwin was the father of 2 children, a teenager and a young child.
What does your grandson say to you about his dad?
He misses him.
On Goodwin's birthday, his mother erected a cross in their front yard, the only memorial she has for her son.
Every week there's a new flower on there.
The Butler County Sheriff says he hears from Mrs. Goodwin almost every day.
I do. I'm probably a pain in his neck.
I guess so. Your son just disappears off the face of the earth. You have no idea where he is. You know he would never walk out on his children or you, his mother. But yet no resolution and seemingly nothing being done about it. Can you imagine going out to your front yard and erecting a cross for your son that you can't find, that you haven't heard of from, and every day putting another flower there, one day after the next, after the next, after the next? What happened to Edward Goodwin? Listen.
Edward Goodwin was a self-employed tile layer and father to a son and daughter. Connie Goodwin says her son came to visit often, but in June, several days went by without contact. And then Edward Goodwin uncharacteristically missed a planned family barbecue for the 4th of July. The next day, Connie Goodwin reported her son missing.
And more from our friends at KFVS.
Connie Goodwin hears a lot of stories about her son, but she's hoping now a new tip can blow the sheriff's investigation wide open.
I will never stop searching for my son.
Connie Goodwin has been fighting for answers for the past year and is not giving up. Edward Goodwin disappeared June 27th of last year.
It's been living hell because you don't know where your son's at.
The Butler County Sheriff's Department believe he's probably dead.
They believe he's probably dead? Okay, joining me, an all-star panel of experts. But first, I'm going to go to a special guest joining us. This is Edward's mother, Connie Goodwin, along with his father, Ed Goodwin. Miss Goodwin, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
I mean, that's a fine how do you do. Oh, he's probably dead. What? I mean, if a sheriff came and told me that about somebody I love, I think I would blow up like a stick of dynamite. But before we get to the sheriff saying, oh, yeah, he's probably dead, I want to talk about when you first realized something was wrong, that you had no idea. Where is your son, Edward? What happened?
I noticed something was wrong the weekend, the last weekend in June. It was just didn't feel right. July the 29th, it was during that whole week. It was just a different feeling. I can't explain it. But and we searched everywhere. We called his phone. We never could get a hold of him.
What, would it just go straight to voicemail?
Yes. And July the 4th, whenever Edward never showed up for the barbecue.
Okay, that's not right.
No.
That is not right. As long as the twins have been alive, we have had a July the 4th blowout. We grill, we cook out, we have people over, we get a slippy slide for the front yard, the whole shebang.
Right.
And that's kind of a command performance. You show up for July the 4th.
Exactly. Well, and he already had plans to pick up his daughter at this time, and whenever he didn't pick her up, right then and there, we knew there was something wrong. He didn't show up for July the 4th. My daughter, Jennifer, she got on the phone with AT&T and, kind of explained to the lady. And the lady gave her some numbers that was called from my son's phone and some text messages numbers that was sent.
But still, nobody could find your son.
Right.
And when did the texts and the phone calls, could you see or understand when they stopped? And did that coincide with when you missed him?
Yes, the last time ever used his phone was June 29th. That morning.
To Ed Goodwin, this is Edward's father, so we've got the last time he uses his phone, June 29. Mr. Goodwin, when did you start feeling uneasy? What made you feel uneasy and feel that something was amiss with Edward?
We couldn't get a hold of him, and nobody talked to him, and I went to some places where people that knew him that, might have seen him because nobody had seen him, and everybody told me that they hadn't seen him in a few days.
Cheryl McCollum, I'm trying to figure out what that's like when you start going, okay, I guess with the children, I would go to the playground, I would go to the school, I would go to where they have scouts, I'd go everywhere around the neighborhood. Edward's a grown man, so I guess you go to the friend's house, you go to their house, you go to where they work, just everything you can think of, and that feeling of always hitting a dead end.
With this case, Nancy, the family, once they saw what you and I talk about all the time, that break in somebody's pattern, he's not returning calls, he's not picking up, that's not normal. This is a man that owns his own business, so that cell phone is his livelihood. So he's not answering the phone. He's not picking up his child, which he's never failed to do that before. And now he's missed a family event, which again, he's never failed to do. So these multiple breaks in pattern are a great concern.
To Connie Goodwin, this is Edward's mother. How old are his children?
At the time, Haley, she was 4, and Gage, he was 15.
Oh, no way would he leave behind those children.
No.
And how did they respond with their father being gone and nobody hearing from him?
They hurt. Haley, she was, real small. It's like, she really didn't understand, but she knew Daddy wasn't coming around. And Gage, he finished school. He went all the way to graduate, and he misses him every day still.
Yeah, even when my husband goes out of town for work, that night when it's just the three of us sitting around the table, him not being there, it just feels all wrong. And now you've got these two children and no dad. When did you first report him missing, Connie?
I reported him missing July the 5th, day after July the 4th.
So the day after he doesn't show up for the July the 4th party, you report him missing.
Correct.
I want to go to another mom joining us who never gave up on justice for her daughter, Josephine Wenzel. This is Crystal Mitchell's mother, founder of Angels of Justice. Josephine, when did you get the feeling something was wrong with Crystal?
That was the day I woke up and I knew something was wrong. And she was, unbeknownst to me, she was laying there dead, unfounded, when I was going through all those feelings and emotions. And later on, it got intense. When the police got to the scene, my feelings got more intense. I got sick to my stomach. I knew definitely something was wrong. I was getting all these feelings that were coming to me. It's a terrible feeling, but I'm really sorry, Connie and Mr. Goodwin, what you're going through. The pain that you're going through is shared by many. I have 2 cases that I'm working on right now, assisting with, and 2 missing girls. And the same thing, Nobody would take, I try to get the FBI to work on it, and they won't take the case unless they're searching for a body.
Man, that's tough. And all of these cases have moms who want answers.
It's the stuff of nightmares.
All I could see was the torso and feet sticking up.
The last. It's every
For riding in the snow all across iHeartland. Visit iHeartRadio.
Mom is saying he never goes a day without texting me. He didn't just, quote, take off. How often did you talk to Edward via text or by phone?
Every day. You know, there would maybe be like a day in between. You know, it depends on how his work schedule was and how he was working. But I mean, it was every day, every other day that he would call home or text or come by. And whenever you don't do, you know, whenever your child don't do that, there's something wrong. And just like she was talking about, you know, that you get feelings. You know, I mean, I've had so many feelings that, you know, they're hard to describe, but you feel it. I mean, you really feel that there's something wrong, you know, and when you try to tell somebody, you know, it's like they don't know what you're talking about. So they look at you like, you know, there's something wrong with you, you know.
Yes, that's correct.
There's a feeling that a mother gets when something is wrong.
You know, it sounds to me like the sheriff just assumed, well, he's a grown man. He took off. The mom is crazy. Guys, they tell her, well, if he is dead, his body has not been recovered. Take a listen to our friend Sheree Honeycutt.
They say his body has not been recovered.
I mean, we go out and we search for a son on gravel roads, logging roads, holes, wells, you know, you name it.
Recently, she even put up a billboard hoping for a new lead.
He wasn't perfect. I'm not saying he was perfect, but whatever he did do, he didn't deserve to be beat to death. You know, I mean, he had a family he loved and they loved him.
You know, you just said something, Miss Goodwin. He wasn't perfect. And I always like to say, he may not be perfect, but he's perfect for me.
Exactly.
Tell me about your son. What was he like growing up? What kind of man did he grow into?
He was always high-spirited, joking around all the time. You know, I mean, had a real good sense of humor. He always loved laughing, you know, playing with the kids, his nieces and nephews. On holidays, like on Easter, he would be the first one out there to hide the eggs and take the little ones out to, you know, to hunt the Easter eggs. He was always there for the kids on Christmas mornings. He was always here. He was always the first one on Mother's Day or my birthday. He was always first one to be here at the house. And that's an empty feeling when it don't happen anymore.
You told me that you talked to him on the phone or texted with him, or he would just drop by every day. One of those three things would happen nearly every day. Tell me about him just dropping by. What was that like?
He would just stop by and get us sandwiches and say, "Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, you know, do we need any help with anything?" Or, you know, and check on Gage. And, you know, a lot of times he would come and we'd eat and he would mow and, you know, just whatever we needed done. You know what I mean?
You know, you said something funny right there. You said he'd come over and make a sandwich. Didn't you say that?
Yes.
I'm just thinking about my son. My daughter, of course, doesn't eat like a horse like my son. But some of the happiest moments that we have, our whole family, is sitting down together for supper or, you know, after school. It's always my son comes in and we sit at the kitchen table or hang around the kitchen and he cleans out the fridge. And it could not make me happier.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just thinking about Edward just coming by and you hear his car pull up or his truck. And the next thing you know, you hear the door open, you know it's him. I can tell who's coming in the door. I can tell if it's my husband, my son, my daughter, or my mother who lives with us. She's 91. I can tell by the way they come in the door, even the way the door opens and shuts, who it is. And I can just imagine you in the home and you hear Edward come in.
Yes.
And I bet you smiled on the inside every single time.
Yes, I did.
So you even put up a billboard. Did I hear that right, Mr. Goodwin? With me is Edward's father, Ed Goodwin. You guys put up a billboard trying to get a lead?
Yes, we did.
Okay, Ryan Kroll, help me out. Ryan Kroll, investigative journalist with the Riverfront Times. Ryan, they have to put up a billboard to get a lead. I mean, listen, I am all about law enforcement. I spent my whole legal career catching the bad guys. But what are the sheriffs doing? The family has to go put up a billboard.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I wish I could say this is the only case I've covered in Missouri where a family has put up a billboard trying to keep their missing loved one's name in the public conscious, but it's something I've heard of before. And whenever the Riverfront Times first reported the story, broke the story last week, I spoke to Connie. And to be honest, I think in our conversation over the phone, I really didn't grasp the sort of enormity of her efforts and her dedication until I sort of had time to digest it. I mean, it's an incredible story, an incredible testament.
Ryan Kroll with the Riverfront Times, did you hear she puts up a cross in her front yard and every day puts a flower because she doesn't have, if he's dead, she doesn't have a grave. She doesn't have an urn. She's got nothing. So she erects a cross and puts a flower. Can you imagine that? Going to lay a flower down every day and wonder, where's my boy? Where is my boy? My son.
Yeah.
Okay, then we think we get a break. Take a listen to our friends at Crime Online.
For 2 years, the Goodwins had no idea of what happened to their son, Edward. Few tips came in, but then a break. Police get word of a grudge between Edward Goodwin and two men he had known since grade school. The men had even worked together. Both Connie and law enforcement came to believe that the two men killed Goodwin. Police say there were witnesses, and the witnesses ultimately talked. Goodwin had been assaulted.
Goodwin had been assaulted. You get a tip of a grudge, an argument of sorts between Edward and some guys he has known since elementary school. But still, nobody can find Edward. Based on the little bit that they've got, they make an arrest. Listen to KFVS.
When he was brought in by Sheriff Dobbs, my camera was rolling and I asked him if he had anything to do with the disappearance or murder of Edward Goodwin.
Do you have anything to do with the disappearance of Edward Goodwin? No? You didn't kill him?
No, ma'am.
Nothing to do with it?
No.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Butler County ought to stop killing innocent people.
Yeah, Sheriff Dobbs tells me they found her while they were serving a warrant and that he was hiding in the back bedroom.
Cheryl McCollum joining me, forensic expert and founder of the Cold Case Research Institute. You can find her at coldcasecrimes.org. You know what? When a cop comes to my front door, I don't go run hide under the bed. That's just not what I do. So what's he running to the back bedroom and hiding for?
Well, I venture to guess he knows there's a warrant because he knows exactly what he's done in probably multiple situations. So he's going to run thinking they're not going to look for him and, find him under the bed or wherever he was hiding in the closet or wherever. But, Nancy, it wasn't just his running. It's the fact that for 2 years, he sat in that same town with those same people.
I guarantee you they know what happened to Edward.
Absolutely.
Jackie, let's play our Cut 5. Our friends at KFVS.
Goodwin says all the hard work and pain is worth it for the son she loves so much.
I miss his smile. I want Edward found so we can lay him to rest.
The Butler County Sheriff says a person of interest in this case has stopped cooperating with their investigation. He's currently incarcerated on unrelated charges and was originally charged with assault, but those charges were dropped due to lack of evidence.
Miss Goodwin, when you find out the case against these so-called grade school friends is dropped for lack of evidence, what went through your mind?
I exploded because I knew. And he just lived like 3 miles from my house. I would have to pass his house every day going to town.
It just doesn't make sense to me. It sounds like somebody is not doing their job. They've got a guy, had a grudge, had a fight, according to witnesses, around the time your son disappears. They get him, and then suddenly the charges are dropped. But what about data? What about evidence? Take a listen to our friends over at Families United for Justice in Butler County speaking with Connie.
Mid-July 2015, this area is where my son's phone pinged, and mid-July, Butler County searched the field, okay? But they didn't search the pond.
When Edward Goodwin was reported missing in July of 2015, the search included tracking his cell phone and where it pinged around the time he disappeared. One of the areas was around an unnamed pond in Butler County. Investigators did not search the pond. They searched an area adjacent to the pond.
Okay, I don't understand. It pings by a pond, but they don't search the pond, Connie Goodwin?
Exactly.
Did you ask them to search the pond?
Yes, multiple times.
Ed Goodwin, did you ask him to search the pond?
Yes.
Why wouldn't they search the darn pond, Ed?
Well, I guess it would just take too much of their manpower.
Get a headphone this holiday with Bose.
Holiday story. It was the night before Christmas. Limited edition hoverboards.
Was that every time someone did ask the sheriff, there was always some reason not to. Maybe there was other crimes that were of more immediate.
For 2 years? For 2 years, they're too busy? What other crime? A shoplifting at the Dollar General? Seriously?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, and that, or they would blame weather or something like that. Basically, there was always an excuse to not go out.
Nancy, I got to jump in here.
Jump!
I am utterly gobsmacked at the fact they would have to ask. That should have been done immediately when they searched the field the first time. You've got a pond there. That is obvious. That is a just traditional thing you're going to do. We're going to cover this field, and if there's a barn on it or an abandoned building or a wine cellar, we're going to check it. But if you've got a pond there, that's obvious. These parents should have never had to ask.
Never.
Yes, and you know what? Also, Nancy, there is other, nonprofit organizations out there like Adventures Purpose that would have been glad to have gone there.
But my question is why law enforcement is not searching the pond. The family's begging them, and they do nothing. I mean, Connie Goodwin, what would go through your mind? You know the phone ping there, and you can't get them to get off their rear ends and go search the pond.
Exactly. Well, at that time, they was telling us that, that there wouldn't be no body there. Coyotes and coyote dens. We was led to believe that, that my son wasn't there.
That's total BS. If your son is in the pond, a coyote is not going to swim down to the bottom in their dive equipment and get your son out. That's not going to happen. Guys, take a listen to our cut number 7, Miss Goodwin.
Every day, or whenever I go to town, back and forth, me, myself, my family, my husband, we have to pass this area every day, and there's not a time that goes by that you don't look over this way across the field. It's just a sad feeling every day. And it's like, how can you move on when it's always there? And I don't see why it hasn't been done already all this time.
To Connie Goodwin, could you describe what it would be like to go by that pond every day, knowing that your son's phone pinged right beside that pond, but the sheriffs would not come and drain it and search for your son? What would go through your mind every day when you would drive by?
Your heart literally breaks. You have a wrenching pain in your stomach, empty, cold.
Cheryl McCollum, when I even drive by my dad's spot at our little Methodist church at the cemetery, a lot of times I can't even stand to look at it. I can't imagine Edward's mother and father driving by this pond every day and wondering, is Edward out there?
It is unimaginable. It is unimaginable that anybody would put her through that. You know, I'm of the belief, let's search it. If we're wrong and nothing's there, fine, we move on. We at least know where it's not. But the inaction is just astounding. I don't understand it.
Joining me, special guest Jim Akers, coroner, Butler County, that's Poplar Bluff, Missouri, medico-legal death investigator, instructor at Missouri Coroners and Medical Examiners Association. It goes on and on and on. Former deputy sheriff, detective. Jim Akers, thank you for being with us. The suggestion given to the Goodwins that, well, he's not in the pond or coyotes got him if he was in the pond, that doesn't even make sense. How can coyotes, if he was ever in the pond, get the body? That doesn't even make sense.
You're correct. That doesn't. It's hard for me to speak to that because I wasn't a part of that conversation, but that certainly doesn't ring true to what normal law enforcement response would be.
And Jim Akers, everyone, the coroner at Butler County, you have dealt with a lot of victims' families.
Yes, ma'am.
I know that they're grieving and they're upset and they don't understand what's happening, but they're not idiots, for Pete's sake. To tell them, well, if he was in the pond, then, you know, coyotes may have gotten him. To tell them something that doesn't even make sense, or to delay and delay and delay. Now up to 2 years have passed.
Yes, ma'am.
Families know something's horribly wrong. How do you deal with victims' families? You've got to be honest with them, even if it hurts them.
Yes, ma'am. Honesty is the only way to be. From the law enforcement side, and to play the devil's advocate, I've been a part of investigations where we have information and we don't want it to get to the public, and so we keep it very close. But you normally don't provide some type of a scenario that takes away hope. And I've been a part of searching ponds before this one with this department, and it's a big undertaking. It's a lot of work, but you do it.
Well, can I tell you, Mr. Akers, with me, Jim Akers, coroner of Butler County, I have dived all over the world, and diving in a murky pond is not easy. Very often you can't even see your hand in front of your face. So diving down into it and looking would not be the answer. It'd have to be drained. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Akers?
Oh, absolutely. There would have been zero visibility. And this pond was quite large at the onset. They took, from what I understand, they would take a boat out on it. Google Earth still shows it as a much larger body of water than what it is today. It would have been very difficult, nearly impossible to have mapped out the entire bottom of that pond and to have done a recovery. Drainage would be the only way. The sheriff's department would need a search warrant or need permission from the owner to go forward with that, whereas the open field doctrine would allow you to walk through the field.
Absolutely. But of course, if you don't get permission by the owners, you can always get a search warrant if you got enough PC, probable cause. And with the phone pinging right there, that's PC enough to search that pond. And let me ask you, with me is Jim Akers, a very well-respected coroner out of Butler County there in Missouri in Poplar Bluff with extensive background. Connie Goodwin, how many times did you question the sheriff regarding you've got your son's phone ping right by this pond, but they won't drain it? How many times do you think you asked them to drain that pond?
Hundreds. I mean, hundreds.
And every time you got a different excuse as to why they hadn't done it?
Exactly. There was a break in the case in mid-October. And November, that's whenever they broke the levee and they drained partial of the pond and they left water in the pond.
Partial drain. That's as good as you could get, but at least it's something. Guys, take a listen now to our friends at KFVS, our Cut 8.
New details this morning on a murder investigation that we've been following since 2015 in Butler County. Coroner Jim Akers confirming with us that more remains of Edward Goodwin have been found in a pond off of Route 572 in Butler County. Goodwin went missing in June of 2015. Ricky Hurt has been charged with first-degree murder in connection with this case. The sheriff's department drained most of a pond where some of Goodwin's remains were first discovered. Akers says that this concludes the search. No word yet on cause of death.
So after all that time, years have passed, and finally, a partial draining was done, and some remains were found, just as you suspected. Connie Goodman, tell me how that happened.
There's a break in the case, and it was like 2 weeks later, I messaged Mark Dobbs and asked him, were they going to, break the levee? Were they going to drain it? And anyway, I told him that I see that he's not doing nothing because it's been 2 weeks. And I told him, I said, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get John Boat's dragging gear, whatever I have to do. I'm going to search that pond.
Hold on right there. Guys, take a listen to our Cut 12 from Crime Online.
After police unsuccessfully attempted to drain the pond last fall, Connie and Gage Goodwin, the son of Edward Goodwin, decided to take care of the job themselves. They rented a sump pump and took water out of the pond.
Connie Goodwin, you get out with a sump pump and you began to drain the pond yourself, right?
Yes, with the help of my husband, Ed Goodwin.
Ed, how do you go about draining a pond with a sump pump?
I backed my truck all the way down in there. Me and Connie put it over there and then put the hoses out there, and then we had to find something to get water out of the pond to prime the pump to get it going. We finally got it going, and we just kept the pump until we started seeing something. I told Connie, I said, I know there's concrete blocks over there too. And when I walked on the other side, I could tell that was two bones sticking up there in concrete blocks. And a year ago, that same day, when we was over a year ago, me and Connie Gage were sitting right there and just not 25 feet in front of us. There's where Edward was. And I was talking to him that day. I told him, I said, son, if you're in there, please let me know. Let me find you and get you out of there. And, it blows your mind.
I'm just trying to take in what you just said, Mr. Goodwin. Ms. Goodwin, were you there when your son's remains emerged?
Yes.
What happened?
Oh, what a horrible thing.
I told my husband, I said, let's just keep on pumping. Let's keep on pumping because we can't stop and call. I didn't want to call because I figured if I did call and then, when they come out, I figured maybe they'd tell us to leave. And I didn't want to leave. So we kept on pumping until all the water was completely out. And that's when I called Jim Akers. He come out and he confirmed what we seen. Jim automatically just started taking off his shoes and his socks. And this mud was anywhere between 2.5 feet deep. Thick mud, suction mud, where it's hard to, to even walk through. And I don't see how they just took off running, my grandson. But we was trying to figure out how we could get out there, without, because they was big snapping turtles going through the mud. We seen like anywhere between 6 or 7 of them, and I didn't want him to get hurt and thinking, well, hey, we run the corner out here and here we are getting him hurt,
What did you see, Miss Goodwin, that made you know that was your son?
We started seeing, it looked like sticks in a way at first when it started poking up, when the water was going down. But the closer you'd look, it was his knee bones.
Mm.
and it looked like that they was coming up out. It looked like it was coming up out of the hose at the concrete block, like almost like in a cross. Like they was crossed.
So Jim Akers with me, the Butler County coroner. I heard cement blocks. Do you believe Edward had been weighted down with cement blocks and thrown in the pond?
Yes, ma'am. I found his tibia and fibia through the center of the cement blocks with a portion of barbed wire wrapped around the top of them and around the bottom. And under the cement block, I found both feet, the bones. And they were completely under the cinder block. So they had been there in that position since shortly after he had been placed in the pond.
Mr. Goodwin, I heard you say that when you were draining the pond, you asked your son to help you find him.
Yes.
Do you think he heard you?
Yeah, I believe he did.
Nancy, can I say something?
Yes.
This is just breaking my heart. And Connie, and I'm so sorry that you guys had to go through this. No family should have to see or endure what you guys have seen or endured of your own child. This is a shame.
Miss Goodwin, what went through your mind when you saw your son's leg bones?
I just started shaking. I got where I felt like I was shaking. I felt numb. I just felt like I couldn't stand. I sat down on the side in the mud, so I just couldn't move. And then I watched Jim Akers and my grandson Gage. Jim pulling things in the mud and seeing my grandson, Edward's son, to see everything and seeing him break down, it was bad. I hope no parent ever has to do this again. It's something that I'll never forget. It's something that Gage will never forget. He's still, he's hurting now, and he just ain't the same as what he was before.
Ed Goodwin, what went through your mind when you saw what you believed to be your son's bones?
Well, it's just kind of hard to explain, but I tried to stay strong because of Gage and Connie. I just didn't want to break down myself, because when Gage was out there putting Everett's body parts in the kayak, he was turning his head and he was crying. He was trying to keep from crying. So that helped me from just breaking down myself. Knowing what he was going through, getting his own dad out of there.
I'm just so sorry what y'all have been through. I just hate it so much. Miss Goodwin, did you put Edward to rest?
Yes, I did. The day when Jim left the pond, my husband, he hauled the concrete blocks for Jim in the barbed wire to his office. And me and my daughter engaged. We stayed there at the pond, and it was just like an empty feeling, like Edward left the building, And we got Edward's remains back, due to the circumstances. I had him cremated because I wanted him to come home. We'll keep him.
The suspects, Eldred Smith and Ricky Hurt, brought to justice. As a mother and a father and a family grieve, no mother, no father, no son should have to go through what the Goodwin family has been through. But never once did the Goodwins give up. Never once did Mr. and Miss Goodwin, Connie and Ed, ever stop on their mission to get justice and to bring their son home. Nancy Grace, Crime Story, signing off.
Isn't that crazy? Now, Nancy did an interview with just the coroner. I'm trying to find it, you guys. Hold on. Let's see, where's it at? Oh man, I can't find it. It was on Fox Nation. Shoot. Well, I'll just have to save it for another time. But she did another interview, a very short one, mind you, with the coroner. And I say I'm disappointed because never mind. What is going on with my thing here? So that is thanks to Sheriff Mark Dobbs. So this family had to retrieve their son's remains. Okay, we're going to get back to Mark Dobbs again. Here is an audio. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Here's an audio of him and a county commissioner, okay? This was, I know it was 10 years ago for sure. I'm going to say 10 plus, but still. Listen to him. This man is a bully, and everything is about money, 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 money.
I don't want to talk to you in private. I want to talk to you as a commissioner.
Okay. You gonna call me or anything? You gonna do that? Or? Yeah. We don't have time to go this now, but we got time to go after the 11:30.
How are you?
I'll see you. Okay.
See you, Gary.
All right. Take care. Anyway, if you do any spraying, spray it. Johnson grass. That's it. Okay. Spread. I'll do it. Down that hill from ice. Oh, you talking about where I put pipe in? Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. See you later.
Jeff coming back in? All right. Well, I missed you a time or two here, and I was curious. I'd ask in reference to lawsuits and things like that, but apparently there was one that I didn't know about, and asked you to provide me the documentation, and you assured me that you would on Wednesday about a wrongful death suit. Do you have that documentation?
I have documentation, but I was wrong. That did not happen under your watch. It happened under the one before you, and I removed it from the commission, or from the...
But you ran it on the open public before that, didn't you? And you didn't check your facts, did you?
Well, the time that it was settled was in your watch.
No. That's not what was said on the commercial. The commercial said that I was sued for a wrongful death suit.
I was wrong.
And I believe that you sign off on all of those ads, do you not? Just like I do. You sign a piece of paper that you've approved them, that they're your ads, right?
Yep.
So you're telling me that you just say things, no matter if they're true or not, you don't check the facts, you just say them?
What do you have to say? Tell me what you got.
I'm saying what I'm asking you a question. Answer the question.
I'm just telling you I was wrong.
Indeed you were. Indeed you were. And you told me that you had documentation. You swore on your oath that you had documentation that you would provide that following Wednesday. You said, I have the documentation, and I will show you.
I have documentation on the lawsuits.
But you don't have any that says I'm a named defendant in a wrongful death suit, do you?
No.
So that's a lie, wasn't it?
I was wrong.
Okay, you also said that you would have documentation as to the fact that there's $500,000 worth of lawsuits.
No.
Yes, you did.
No.
You didn't say that.
No.
You didn't say that you would have documentation on Wednesday of last week, when I came in here on Monday of last week, stating that there was $500,000 worth of lawsuits and that there was a wrongful death. No. I asked you, and you said, I'll provide it on Wednesday.
I said I'll provide the documentation that I have.
No, that's not what you said, Ed.
Okay.
So what you're saying is there's not $500,000 worth of lawsuits against me.
$500,000.
So then why did you put that? Let me read you what your commercial states directly. Our current sheriff has cost our county taxpayers over $500,000 in lawsuits. So are you saying that's inaccurate also?
It's not supposed to be over.
Well, you might want to check how you word things. Okay. And also another one says his experience has cost you $500,000. Do you have documentation that you can show me where I cost somebody $500,000?
I have documentation from the insurance companies and the account numbers where your lawsuits were settled. Yes.
Okay, do you have, as your commercial states, documentation that says I've cost you cost this county or the taxpayers or anybody $500,000? Do you have that documentation? Yes or no?
No.
You do not. So that's inaccurate as well. Yes or no?
No.
It's not inaccurate. You don't have the documentation. You can't prove it, but it's not inaccurate.
I don't have, my documentation does not tally to $500,000.
Then why does your commercial say it does?
It said around.
It does not nowhere say around. Right here it is, Ed.
Okay.
Right here it is. I wrote it verbatim. His experience has cost you $500,000. It doesn't say around. It don't say near. It don't say close to. It says $500,000. Our current sheriff has cost our county over $500,000 in lawsuits. That's inaccurate, isn't it?
I'll go back and check it.
Do you have the documentation to prove that or not?
I have the documentation to prove what the lawsuits cost. And you think,
But you don't have anything to back up this $500,000, do you?
it's close.
Do you have what it takes to say there's $500,000? No, you don't. So those commercials
Because of the mistake that I made with the 2004.
So those are two commercials that you aired, not to mention numerous times you post them on your website, recklessly. Whether they're true or false, you still put them on there. Because you approve all that, don't you? Mm-hmm. Or does Rick do that for you?
No.
Okay. All right. Anybody else from the commission have anything to say? I'll give you guys an opportunity to speak as well. Because this issue will not be dead, I guarantee it. It will be heard again.
Okay.
Butch, have you ever seen $500,000 come across your desk for anything for you to sign?
No.
Give it a 5. Have you seen anything even close to that?
No.
Have you, Jeff?
$500,000. I couldn't tell you the figures.
Have you ever seen anything close to $500,000 that came out of my budget or anywhere else?
Not your brother.
Or anywhere from the county government?
No, not out there.
Thank you, man. Have a good day.
See you, Sheriff.
He's a bully. That man is a bully. Okay? Okay. Now, he's all worried about his, image or whatever it may be. So I'm going to show, and I do want to say, I've looked up some things about him. There's been many, many, many civil cases against him. However, a lot of them, the outcomes were either settled out of court or what do they do? What do they call that, you guys? Let me think. Let me get my wording right. Where's Grandma when I need her? They sealed the cases. So you can't look at any of the documents of the court. Let me show you this here. Hold on. Make sure I got his name up here. All right. This is all public record. Okay. And I'm not going to go through each one of them. I'm giving you an example. Okay. And I will be going through each of these. Not today, because I want to talk to the people that has brought this man to court. And sadly, a lot of them get thrown out. Okay, wrongful death, another civil case, employment discrimination, more miscellaneous, tort, temporary restraining order, employment discrimination. Let's see what else. Another kind of judgment, tort, which is a civil lawsuit. Let's see what else. So there you go. There's your sheriff. And there's more. How disturbing is all this? And then you got Teresa right here, her son Adam, that was killed in that jail. And they tried to say it was suicide. How does that man sleep at night? He owns a lot of stuff, from my understanding, in other states too. Not just out there. I'm not going to tell the other states until I have verification documents, whatever it may be. Yes, they have to get out and vote. It is so important. I mean, if they want this stuff to stop. Yes, he is. He likes to victim blame too. See, these people that have died or went missing, he either talks about them being on drugs or blames themselves for their own death. He's disgusting. So yeah, and then David, the CEO there that beat up that man, I'll have more on him at a later time. David ain't gonna like me either, along with the other three. He has been terrorizing my family for years. Terrible. Let's see, how do you want to do this, Teresa? So you can tell your son's story. How do you want to do this? Because I like to have people, hear from the family myself, because, you can explain it better than I can. I just, I'm reading through everything. It's always good to have family speak. No one can run. Yeah, I hear they bully people though. Yeah, message me on direct message on Facebook, and I'll just put you on a speakerphone. Right? We got a lot of work to do, Arctic. We have a lot of work to do. And don't worry, Fredericktown, I'm still not done with you. And Bobby Boone, you're next. Yeah. Let's see, what else did I want to show? Oh, hi, how are you? Oh no, don't put your number online. Oh my God. Take it down. I'll delete the comment. Please, please. Go no. Go to my Facebook and message me your number, please. Adam's sister and I'm here. I'm watching your footage and listening to your feed and still alive. Oh, thank you. Believe me, I wish I was doing better tonight. That's all. But thank you for being here. No, on Facebook, you can instant message me, DM me on Messenger. Have your daughter help. Yeah, I don't want you putting your number on the internet like that, on my page anyways. I know how people can be. So I'll go on Facebook. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Oh, you're not with her? But if you're on Facebook, if you're on my page, you can message me. Because she can come on here. Does she know how to come on here? Because you don't have to cam up. You don't got to do that. Oh, hold on. Let me go to my page. There you go. How is everybody tonight? Isn't this some heavy stuff? I mean, I know it's everywhere and stuff, but I'm telling you, there's problems in Missouri. Okay, thank you. Hold on. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm calling you, Teresa. Hold on. Yeah, I'm calling you. Hold on. Hold on. I dialed the wrong number. Oh my God, those poor people. My fault. My bad.
Hello?
Hi, Teresa.
Hi, hon.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Let me see. Hey, everybody, can you hear her okay? I got her on speakerphone, so.
Yeah, I got you on speaker.
Can you guys hear her?
I sure hope so, because I want my voice to be heard.
Yep, they hear you. Okay.
We have to speak up.
They can
Everybody
hear.
needs to come together and speak up. Speak up and speak out.
Do you want to tell the people what happened with your son? Because I want to get together with you, and I want to talk about this, and I want to put something together about him.
Thank
Okay.
you. I do appreciate it, dear. The more publicity we have, the sooner justice will be served for
Right.
everyone.
Right.
Senator Lively told me to go public, and that's what I've been trying to do for a while now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you what happened to Adam.
Okay.
Adam was arrested by the Butler County Sheriff's Department for breaking a window. Ticketable offense, misdemeanor. They should have wrote him a ticket, but they didn't. They took him to jail. While he was in that jail, within 24 hours, he wound up dead. They claim suicide by hanging himself by his own hand. Well, it turns out it's homicide by their dirty hands. I've got the facts, I've got the proof, I got the evidence, and hopefully it's still got the witnesses if they haven't taken them all out yet. Because they did threaten them already.
Did they?
Oh, yes, they did. Yes, they did. They sure did.
Oh, that's sad.
To prove exactly what I'm fixing to tell you. 3 of them. David Light, Adam Younger, and Robert Reed. At least those 3 went into a holding cell that Adam was in. They never even booked him into the jail. Okay, they booked him in over at the city jail, and that was it. Walked him across the street and locked him up in the county jail. Those 3 went in and beat my son while they were holding him in a chokehold. And they stuffed a pair of socks in his mouth and strangled him to death. He suffocated to death from strangulation because he could not breathe while he's being held in a chokehold by Adam Younger. He is known as the chokehold king of the Butler County Jail. As David Light and Robert Reed.
Oh, David Light was in on that one too?
You damn right he was.
Oh.
He was administrator of the jail at that time, 9.5 years ago. And as you've seen from the video, that I'm assuming you got that video. I sent that video to you, right? Via a friend of ours. That was a video that I posted all over the place. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks to David Jessallen. He finally got the video proof that we need. Well, so I thought. to bust these terrorists wide open. But so far, nothing has happened. They're not trying to do anything.
I don't understand it.
Well, Dobbs has been in there for 20 years now, and he thinks he's the godfather of Butler County, and he rules it with terroristic threats and terrorization upon everybody.
Yeah,
he ain't choosy. He ain't black, white, green, blue, brown, men, women, children. He don't care.
Yeah, he looks to be a bully.
Oh, he's more than a bully. He's got his group of he's got his goon squad.
Oh, does he?
Keeps his hand tries that way he keeps his hands out of it, but he's still got dirty hands because he's the ruler of it.
Yeah. And you guys, I seen the autopsy pictures of her son, and you could tell he was beat.
I got the mugshot picture of him whenever they arrested him. He didn't have a mark on him nowhere. And then what? Less than 24 hours later, he's battered, bruised, beaten, and dead.
So how many cases from that jail have other families that you know?
Oh, my God. Well, I'll put it this way. I believe it was June. No, maybe it was July of 2014. I finally, after contacting everybody in the state of Missouri and then calling Washington, D.C., I finally got the DOJ, the state police. I finally got the DDCC to send down an investigator out of Jeff City to investigate the case. I guess he called in the FBI from Cape, who was investigating 5 suspicious deaths, including Adams, in that jail.
Oh.
And up to 2014. Now, since then, there has been several more. It hasn't stopped, as you could plainly see from the video from your 2022 of January.
Yeah.
The same demons, I'm going to put it that way, so I'm not cussing on your podcast here,
Yeah.
are still at it, doing the same thing still. Beating, maiming, raping, killing the inmates.
Allegedly.
Oh, no. No, it ain't allegedly. They're dead. It's a fact.
No. Not all those others I don't know about. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Okay.
I just know about your son.
Yeah, I do too. And that's a fact too. I just can't find any office of authority that wants to take on the Butler County Sheriff's Department because either they're too scared or they're getting paid by them. They're involved in the shit that they're involved in,
right?
Which you wouldn't believe the corruption that Sheriff's Department's involved in. That I have discovered, okay? Myself. That's why they got to get out on me. All right? I'm running for my life. Plain and simple. That's just the way it is. And I'm not the first one either. And I've got witnesses to that. I can back up every damn thing I say. It's the honest to God truth. Because I got no reason to lie. Because I had no beef with them before they murdered my son.
Right. So you ended up getting a wrongful death lawsuit?
Oh yeah.
And won?
Yeah. They gave in real quick. They thought they'd pay me off and get rid of me. That I'd stop investigating Adam's murder. Well, that didn't work. Because I didn't want the money. I want justice.
Yeah.
Okay. I gave most of all that money away. I didn't want it. It's Adam's blood money. I didn't want it. That come from their dirty hands. I'm keeping clean hands, dear. But that wasn't good enough for them. Since I didn't leave, they burned us out. They had to get us out of there. One way or the other.
Are you
well, that wasn't good enough either. We left the fucking county.
Can you read the comments that people are saying? Oh, no, you can't. You're on Facebook.
No, I can't. And all I see is mine.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You're not on Facebook or YouTube. Jimmy says they call it Little Chicago for a reason.
Yes, they do. Even President Trump, who is still the president, I believe, because that squatter in our White House needs to be thrown out. But that's another story.
Did you say squatter?
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what he is.
Oh, that's funny.
When President Trump came to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, while he was still president, he made his speech, and in that speech, he plainly said, "I'm going to clean up Little Chicago," which is Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
Okay.
It is 10 times worse than the city of Chicago. And everybody knows how bad that is.
Yeah.
And it's the honest to God truth. Okay? Because I'm serious. It's like the cartel don't even want to fuck with Butler County. Now that's bad. Oh, excuse my language. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. I know it's a serious situation. Don't think I'm laughing at you, okay?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Oh,
No,
okay.
ma'am. I wouldn't think that. No.
Okay.
No. I know you're trying to help us, folks. But I want you to know, by you doing this, you're jeopardizing you and your family.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Okay. All right, dear.
No, I'm not worried.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I know what
I just want to inform you of that.
Yeah.
Up front, because I don't want nothing else to happen to anybody else.
No, nothing's going to
Because
happen
I have
to
been
me.
tortured and terrorized, threatened and beat and maimed and lost a lot. Okay. But the worst thing that I have lost that I can't replace is my son.
Right.
And the brutal way that they took him out is horrifying.
Yeah, you and me, we got to get together so we can do an episode on Adam.
Okay. One of them Adam Younger claimed 3 days after Adam died, he said, "I'm sorry, we got the wrong boy. It's a case of mistaken identity."
What?
We got the wrong boy. Yeah.
Oh.
Now, granted, he was under duress when he said it, okay? But he said it. Those words come out of his mouth. Yep.
Oh.
I'm the one who put him under duress, but and I'll admit it. I mean, I'll take my charge for it.
Right.
But they damn sure ought to take their charges too. Before I get mine. I'm pinning up against his bumper with the bumper of my truck in the Kroger parking lot.
Really?
Yep. I wanted to find out what actually happened to my son because I knew he didn't commit suicide. And he told me. We got the wrong boy, man. Sorry. In case of mistaken identity, we got the wrong boy.
That's terrible.
So you damn right you got the wrong boy. You got my boy. And I ain't quit since, and I'm not going to until the day I die. And I've come close to it several times because of them. They've tried to take me out several times. But thank the good Lord above, he sent down 10,000 angels, 5,000 wrapped around me and is protecting me, and he sent the other 5,000 out to fight off them demons that are trying to kill me. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. They tried to make me out like I'm crazy. Well, you know what? They drove me crazy, I guess. They want to say that.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Right. They did that. Well, you know what? I'm here for you. I'll be here for you. Yep. I will continue. I am calling out that whole department.
And you don't know how much we appreciate this. Okay? I've talked to several of my friends and I've told them about you, and they're just ecstatic that you're doing this, okay?
Oh, that I'd love to help people.
The more people that is made aware of what's going on there, the more attention that's drawn to them, the sooner we can get justice.
Right.
Okay?
Well, you know, social media can be good for something. You know what I mean?
Yes. It is.
If not only that, for people to protect themselves, the public's right to know all these things.
You're absolutely right. I would like to tell everybody that's listening, I am not suicidal. Have I ever been suicidal? I never will be suicidal. So if I am killed in some sort of suicidal way, they claim it, you know they're lying. Okay? I just want to get that out there because they use that excuse a whole lot.
Yeah, they do. I mean, from all the stuff I've been reading, I've really looked into Dobbs big time.
Yeah, Dobbs is covering up for a lot of people, for a lot of crime, you know, that he has ordered done and that he does know about. And he just like in the military, right? The captain is responsible for the privates that's in there, okay? Everything the privates do, the captain catches hell for it. So he has to keep them in line. He's responsible for them, though.
Right.
That's the way Sheriff Dobbs is. He's responsible for everything that his employees do. even though he claims I knew nothing about it, just like the video. There is no video. Wesley Pop says there is no video. Bullshit, you all see the video.
Right.
Open your damn eyes. I mean, the video's right there. There is a video. Stop lying. Dobbs said he didn't know nothing about the video. He can't keep his head in the fucking dirt all the time.
Right.
Or pull it out of his ass. I'm sorry. I should have said that.
Oh, no. I don't care. I think it's funny, actually. You tell him, Mama. You tell him, Mama Teresa.
You just don't know what we've been through.
No,
honey.
I don't.
Okay?
No, I don't.
I mean, they have terrorized us. They have stalked us. They have threatened us. They have followed us.
Wow.
They have brutalized us. I mean, it's terrible. Terrible. For American citizens to have to live this way in America. And it's not just it's not gangs, it's not just neighborhood bullies. It's the police department, the sheriff's department that's doing it. Dobbs is ordering this to be done, and they're following his orders, doing it.
Yeah, like I said, everything's being done under his watch. So
yeah.
And anything that about him, anybody that's gotten hurt there, beat there or died, it's either been suicide. He always goes. His go-to is that they're drug addicts, they're drug dealers, stuff like that.
Yeah, the dregs of society. That's what Steve Walsh called all of us. The attorney that had Adam's case. Yeah, nothing but dregs of society. Well, you know what? These dregs of society is the one that's put you in your fucking positions. All right? And now we're about to relieve you of your positions. We're going to take them down. That's all there is to it. They're going down. And I'm not going to say one way or the other. Well, I just did. But we're not going to quit till we get justice.
There you go. Well, I'll do everything I can to help. I'll be the mouthpiece, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Yep.
I was going to tell you back in, I think it's 2020, I believe. Might have been 21. We did a vigil for all the families. It was up at the courthouse. It was in November, so it was cold. It was right before Thanksgiving. All the families come together at the gazebo at the corner of the courthouse, which the sheriff's department is right across the street from the courthouse. And at our vigil, there's probably, 30, 35 people there, different families, to honor their loved ones that's been brutally murdered or missing because of Mark Dobbs. Before we all got there, we thought, that there was a whole bunch of people just showing up to help us, all right? Bring awareness, of what Dobbs is doing there. Well, it wasn't. Went to our surprise, there was like 75 or 80 cops and their family members and friends all standing in front of the sheriff's department protesting our vigil.
What?
I ain't bullshitting you. Excuse my language. Yeah, we've got it on a Crime Talk Radio podcast. He recorded all of it for the radio, and I've got it. And we got some pictures. They come over there harassing us and trying to intimidate us, and they was riding around the courthouse square in their big old massive loud trucks and everything, flying the back the blue sign, the flags, and honking their horns and everything, trying to disrupt us.
Wow.
Even while we was doing, at the end of it, even while we was doing our prayer, we all gathered up, holding hands, and had a prayer circle. They was riding around through there, honking their horns and hollering, John LaDue, we know you. John LaDue, we're going to get you. I mean, just crazy shit. John LaDue was the one that does all of our videos. He did the interviews and everything for Families United for Justice.
That's what they're saying to somebody helping.
Pardon me?
So this person helping you, and now they're They're trying to bully the guy that's helping the families?
Oh, honey, you don't know the half of it. Yes, they are. Trying to bully hell. Dobbs put a hit out on him.
Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He offered a person, and I'd rather not,
Yeah,
mention names
don't
about this.
don't talk, please.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Okay. Well, they went as far as the college to shut down the library just to relieve him of his job.
Oh.
Yeah. Just to get him out of there so that he wouldn't have a job because they couldn't fire him, which Dobbs was trying to get, the dean of the college to do.
Right.
But they couldn't get anything on him, so they had to eliminate the library just to get him out of the college, from his job. You ever heard of that? Anywhere?
Never.
Close down the library at the damn local college.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. But it just goes to show how far Dobbs got full.
So you got a group that helps you guys, right, out there? What's that group called again?
FUJBC, Families United for Justice in Butler County.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Now you want me to tell you how I perceive the FUJBC?
Huh.
Fuck your justice, Butler County. I'm not saying I'm sorry about that one.
Sorry, not sorry.
Because that's how I feel.
Yeah.
All right? Because it's not just mine. And in 9.5 years, I have come to find out it is many, 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 too damn much. And it needs to be stopped. He needs to be stopped. They need to be stopped now. It's far too late for ours. We can't bring them back.
Right.
And we wonder tonight, who was it today? And is it going to be yours tomorrow? Everybody better think about that one. Because it very easily could be until we get these monsters, these terrorists, creating tyranny and chaos up on the streets of Butler County and beyond now. Okay? We have to get them out of there, and they have to be held accountable for their actions. That's all there is to it.
So Miss Barber says to me, they will try to bully you too, Kit. I don't care. They can. Just like they do in Fredericktown. I'm not worried about it. You know that. No one's going to bully me for telling the truth.
They bully you. They'll come to your house, and they'll tell you one time. They'll make the threat one time. If you don't stop what you're doing,
what are they going to do?
We're going to kill your kids right in front of you, and then we're going to kill you. And they mean it. They mean it. Don't laugh about that, honey. They mean it.
Okay. No, I'm not laughing at you.
They're not above. They think they're above the law.
Well, they're not.
They can do any damn thing they want to and get away with it because they've been getting away with it for years and years and years now. And nobody's done nothing. Honey, you wouldn't believe everybody that I've contacted, all the way from the governor, the attorney general, the senators, representatives, the DOJ, FBI, every entity that there is that even has jurisdiction over Butler County Sheriff. And none of them, I've taken them all kind of evidence. I even got the death certificate changed, just like Agent Settles told me to do from the FBI out of Cape. He said, if you can get the death certificate changed to anything other than suicide, that warrants the FBI to step in. He told me that in 2015. Him and his partner sitting in the middle of my store at the round table where we was having the meeting discussing out of case. So I did. I went to Dedeker, showed him my evidence, finally got in there. Oh,
Dedeker.
Yep, Dedeker again. I call him Dr. Kildare.
Jeez.
But he did change the death certificate.
He did.
He changed the ruling on the death certificate.
To what? Undetermined?
From suicide to undetermined.
Yeah.
Which warrants the FBI to step in and open up an investigation.
Good.
Well, when we went to the coroner there in Butler County to have him send in the amendment form with the changed ruling, he said, no, I'm not going to do it. I didn't preside over that murder, over that case, so I can't do it. I don't have the authority to do it. I said, yes, you do. You're the coroner now. He said, no, I don't. He refused to do it. He actually called the fucking state police on me and my daughter at the funeral home that he was running there in Poplar Bluff to extract us off his property.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was trying to get him to send in the amendment form. And then I'll tell you about Acres. You heard Nancy Grace talk about Acres. The coroner, right before, because Moore was relieved of his duty for stealing from the funeral home, charging the people twice to have funerals, taking the insurance checks and then charging the people cash. Akers said that he would be back in office in, this is in December, he'd be back in office at the end of January or 1st of February. And I said, well, will you go ahead and send in the amendment form for this? He said, yes, I will. I said, thank you. And I thought he would. Well, no, he didn't. I come back in February and with the papers, the amendment, the ruling, he said, no, I'm not going to do that. I said, why not? He said, well, because they still find no wrongdoing with the Butler County Sheriff's Department, and I'm just not going to do it. You need to get off my property. So I left. I went. Whenever I called Agent Settles from the FBI and told him I got the death certificate, I got the ruling changed to undetermined, the only question he asked was, how the hell did you get Dr. Dedeker to change the ruling? I said, all I done was show him some of the evidence that I have proving it. It's not like I held a gun to his head, forced him to, like Akers portrayed that I did.
Did they really? Did they say that?
Yeah. They didn't believe that I could had the evidence to prove it, but I do. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And he said, well, the Agent Settle said, well, we still find no wrongdoing with Butler County Sheriff's Department, and hung up on me. They didn't open up no investigation, nothing. They're all still stonewalling. And believe you me, I called his supervisor up there in St. Louis, FBI, filed a complaint against him, tried to get some of them, to come and investigate. It was just the run around. Nobody wants to do nothing. Nobody will take on Butler County Sheriff's Department. Because there's too damn much money rolling through there, and there's human child trafficking fucking ring that they got going on.
Oh, careful.
Sorry.
No, I don't know about that, but I'll look into it, okay?
Well, I can prove it. But that's what got the fucking hit put on me, though.
Barbara is asking, did she do the Sunshine Law request?
Oh, I went there with the administrator up in Jeff City on the phone. My daughter had her on the phone. And I did the Sunshine Law request, and I didn't get nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing from them but thrown out of the damn sheriff's department and the door locked behind us. Oh. And it was like high noon. They're not supposed to lock the doors during business hours anyway.
Yeah, they make their own rules, I guess, for each person.
Yeah, they sure do.
And Terry says that she did too. Several requests.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. We tried. I went to the prosecutor's office and asked him for the file, right? The prosecutor. This is back in 2018. And the damnedest thing, girl, he told me, he says, been prosecutor here for 30 years, and in that 30 years, no, not one time has any file ever disappeared from the archives down there in my basement until now. Just that one file was missing. I said, well, ain't that a damn shame? I said, that's okay. I was just going to check if your file matched up with my file, see if it was the same. I ain't worried about it. I got a file. He said, where'd you get a file? I said, well, at the getting place. If you'd have been there, you'd got one too. Have a good day. I tried to walk out. That pissed them off. They didn't like that. But just goes to show how corrupt they are,
Around every corner.
Yeah. Yeah, they covered their bases pretty damn good. But just not good enough.
Miss Barbara, I guess lightning strikes there too.
Well, I sure wish you'd strike Dobbs' ass. Ooh. Gotta quit doing that. I want to shout out to Hi Sis.
Well, you and me will get together and talk. So I can do an episode on him so people know his story, because it's a big story.
Okay.
And I wanna do it in a respectful way, and
Yes, ma'am.
And I want all the info to come from you or documents.
Okay.
But you got my number now. Don't give it away.
No, ma'am.
All right.
Sure won't.
Don't even put my name in it. Okay?
No, ma'am. Sure don't.
Call me Jane Doe.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
All right. Well, we'll talk
Thank
soon.
you so kindly.
Okay, take care.
You don't know how much I appreciate you doing this.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, take care.
God bless you, dear.
You too.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh, that was so sad. Why? I mean, okay, I don't live out there, okay? And it's sad because when I hear adults saying, like I've had, like people from Fredericktown in Madison County area, they'll come to me, telling me things and say, but please don't tell my name. I want you to tell my story, but not my name. You get grown men and they tell me because they're afraid for their life and their families. Can you believe that? I don't understand that. Just for talking? Trying to get to the truth? There's other people at that jail. There's other videos that I have seen of inmates being beaten. And I'm going to get my hands on it myself. And I'm going to hopefully hear from some of these people that have gotten hurt at that jail. But I want to thank all you guys for being here tonight. If there's anything you guys want me to talk about or something new to what we've been talking about, like some new, I don't want to say evidence because I'm not an attorney. All I am is a person who cares. Just DM me on Facebook if you want. Oh, Teresa, believe me, I push out the videos, believe me. And everything I put out is my own wording, is my responsibility. Just so you know, it's me. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just a mom with a PC, that's it, and a big mouth. Hey, Miss Karen, where have you been? Good night. All right, but Teresa, we're going to get together and talk, okay? So yes, I'm going to be doing a episode here this week. Bobby Boone. Yes, Bobby Boone. I need the people to be protected in Fredericktown, Missouri. You think it's a joke, but there's no joke here. Well, we can laugh about it, yeah. Because she's trying to intimidate me. And it ain't going to work. See, you know that if they're trying to do shit like that, well, what are you hiding? Nobody's going to intimidate me. I don't give a shit. Okay, I love you all. And Miss Barbara, I'll talk to you later, okay? And thank you, Teresa. And thank you, Miss Karen. Thank you, Marion, Jimmy, Terry, my sis, Angel, Duncan. Where's Grandma at? Thank you, Fairy. Oh, there's my fox. Who else did I see in here? in the beginning. I don't want to be rude. Oh God, if I forgot, I'm sorry. Beat me up in the comments. All right. I'm going to go for now. Hey, love you, Fox. We need to get together and we need to kick some ass and help these families. Jesse, yes, hello. You have been here the whole time? Oh, well, thank you. But yes, okay, you know what? You think that I'm something? Wait to meet Fox here and us together. Let me tell you. We are going to be the most hated on the internet. Just saying. Okay, good night.